On this day, July 26, 1847, exactly 170 years ago, a nation was born. A nation called Liberia that we, as the current young generation of this country, although in the spirit, call our own. Beyond independence, there has always been an unending political, economical, and social scramble for true liberty. Worse yet, we lack any true identity. As a nation, given this generational lack of sense of direction, we have continued to suffer dire consequences, to include internal discrimination and segregation, escalating economic difficulties, leasing of lands to foreign companies with little or no benefits, repressive laws and forced labor, Western dominance, extreme poverty, civil wars, bad governance, corruption, amongst others. Sadly, over the years, the immediate past generation has exerted very little efforts to restore hope to the people of Liberia, thereby contributing immensely to the conundrum we are now faced with by their deliberate actions and inactions. Even a passage from the Bible in Psalm 11 verse 3 states, if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? This tells us that there is a crucial need that we take a look at our history and rigorously change the status quo if we are serious about catching up with other nations around us, that we are actually supposed to be ahead of as the oldest independent country on the continent. Therefore, at this time, we, this generation, believe that there is an urgent need for national rebirth as our only pathway to redemption. And in so doing, we are ready not to remain silent like the others did, but rather to speak, even to death, so that next generations might live. We believe that 2017 is the most important year of our generation. This year will make history to either frown on us or vindicate us. But we know that our decisions today will make us to forever be remembered. Holding constant our regrettable past and moving ahead, we believe that these elections are about failed continuity versus positive change. As Liberians, we are tired of getting hit with problems without tangible solutions from our leaders. It is an established fact that if you keep using the same method to tackle a problem, you will never expect a different result. This is the irony of our history in the 2017 electoral processes. In essence, it is a clear reality that after 12 years of sustaining peace, our nation still lacks all of the basic necessities of a country. And we have decided to take an objective look at these four key areas. Agriculture. A nation's paramount concern should be to prioritize measures that enable adequate food sustenance. In stark contrast, we experience the lack of effective and efficient agricultural trainings and empowerment, lack of farm-to-market roads, lack of technological mechanisms, insufficient storage, plus many more. With all of these contributing to foreigners importing expired food to us for consumption, all because we do not grow what we eat. Health. It has now become an understatement to say that our healthcare system is a mess, as it is heard every day, everywhere. The issue of health emergencies often shows the gap between the rich and the poor in our country, as the wealthy ones are always on the next available flights, while the poor ones die just at the entrances of government-owned hospitals. We would rather not mention the recent 2014 Ebola epidemics, as it becomes fresh memories to people that lost their loved ones. But we just can't help but highlight how it exposed our perpetual lapses in this sector that is supposed to be saving lives, rather than causing desolation and devastation. Education. Regardless of government acclaim best efforts to reinforce this area as one of its priorities, there still glitters several problems of our educational sector. There is a huge problem with the quality of education received at primary and secondary schools, which over the the years has led to massive failures at public events like the wire, the university entrances, etc. Still, there are common educational malpractices that have advanced from bad to worse, such as student exchanging sexual grades, exam cheating, and bribery. In addition, both high schools and universities suffer the dilemma of no laboratory, old-version books and libraries, and lack of technological and innovative strategies in the delivery of required courses. Economy. Liberia's economic report at the World Bank is far from favorable. Our economy has stagnated over the past 3 years, representing an average annual growth rate of 0% over the period 2014 through 2016. While a recent analysis drawn by young Liberian artist Martin K. Colley shows that our market is currently being run hugely by foreigners. His findings prove the following. Oil companies are run by the Americans, Canadians, and Chinese. Rubber plantations, other cash crops, and exports are run by the Americans, French, and Chinese. Iron ore companies and mining are run by the Indians, British, Chinese, Russians, and Anglo-Australians. Palm oil plantation exports are run by the Americans and Malaysians. Fishing companies are run by the Lebanese, Koreans, Chinese, Italians, and Chinese. Amidst these, we believe that to revitalize the economy in the future will depend on economic diversification, increasing investment in trade, empower Liberian-owned businesses and entrepreneurs on a large scale, development of infrastructure and institutions, combating corruption, and maintaining political stability and security, all of which this and past governments have proven able to actualize. To the ruling government, we say after the immense support received from the international community over the period of 12 years, and yet to lack all of these and many other social services as mentioned, we believe that continuity is not an option, and therefore we'll be launching a nationwide campaign on the 31st of July, codenamed No to Joe. This campaign will fully support the opposition in every way possible to ensure that the ruling United Party does not win this coming election. So, our message to the opposition, we believe we are the only group that commands the path on a positive change. That's what we want. And we are optimistic that with the cries of disenchanted Liberians sounding solemnly behind us, we can achieve our goal come these elections. Notwithstanding, we are stating a clear warning to you, the opposition, that beyond these elections will strictly be about actualizing targets that this government has not met with no room for excuses. And that is why we are trusting you with our ballot power, with which we don't want you to take for granted. We look forward to seeing investment in agriculture, a good healthcare delivery system that measures required standards, quality and adequate education, and an economy that works for all. And it should be clearly stated that this time around, in these elections, we are giving you the power, while we the people give the authority. Therefore, should the people of Liberia find you at any point in time short of their expectations, especially in the delivery of social services, will be coming after you. Significantly, to our fellow peace-loving citizens of our dear country like you, we say thank you for helping to sustain the peace we now so much cherish, and never shall we return to our dark past. Let's build our future from these elections by ensuring that we take up the challenge peacefully, knowing that your actual power lies here. Therefore, it is the combination of protest vote and peaceful electoral processes that brings the change we want to see in our newborn Liberia. And we are willing to use the ballot to send the ruling party to retirement. So you, the United States of America, we believe that as a country situated 6,000 miles away, yet bearing a striking resemblance, and our flag symbolizing the historic relationship between both countries that no country on the continent boasts of. It is dishonorable for Liberia, a country of just over 4 million people, to remain as she is for 170 years, languishing in extreme poverty. Beyond the mention of words, a dog in the United States of America has a better poor living conditions in our children in several slum communities across the country. And that is a sad and harsh reality. Should we regret our history with you and wish that we have had a relationship with European nations? Obviously, all of our counterparts, such as Ghana, Nigeria, Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, and etc., are far ahead. And yet there is a feeling that you have a strategic say in our democracy. At this symbolic rebirth of our nation, and in our search for our own identity, we ask that you stop subsidizing corruption in our country by giving huge funds to the government that are often unaccounted for and go into the pockets of corrupt government officials. We ask that you allow us to practice our democracy with every freeness. And we ask that you commence a developmental-oriented relationship with us on this new course. Other than that, history will conscientiously judge you harshly tomorrow. Now to everyone, the United Nations, the United States of America, the African Union, ECOWAS, the government, opposition political parties, the religious leaders, and the peace-loving people of Liberia. We crave your attention to this historic moment that we have chosen to redefine our history, to give our country, our generation, a true sense of direction. Today, at this Providence Island, where the Messerado River meets the Stockton Creek and jointly enter the Atlantic Ocean, where some of our forefathers firstly settled, and where we have now chosen to make as the new symbol of national unity. We do hereby announce, on this 26th day of July AD 2017, exactly 170 years after our independence, the establishment of the second founders movement 2FN, with keen focus on the rebirth of the Liberian nation, our path to redemption. Therefore, we hereby pronounce that we would rather die speaking for our children to live, and to live quietly, and our children die. Beyond that statement, we would like to highlight that the second founders movement, 2FN, is an innovative pan-African revolutionary movement that is committed to changing the status quo, ensuring economic liberation and the social unification of Liberians local and in the diaspora. The objectives are to advocate against all political, legal, and economic structures, systems, and ideas designed to both directly and indirectly promote the exploitation of Liberians, to work towards ending foreign economic control and market monopoly, and empower Liberian-owned businesses, to identify and promote our own Liberian culture with a clear understanding as to how we must maintain our cultural heritage, and to form partnerships with reputable individuals and institutions that are also committed to the economic emancipation of the majority of the Liberian population that lie in poverty. On this note, fellow citizens of the world, we as Liberians have decided to turn a new page, rewrite our history, embark on a journey of rebirth, and search for our own identity. Only then can we see true redemption.
Second founder movement is ready. We are prepared for true liberation. Party. We are prepared for true liberation. Party.